Hot topics.
Hot topic. We're trying not to steal Jim Gaffigan's stuff.
Girls?
What's that?
Isn't that a store for young girls?
Hot topic. I think so.
I think young boys too, yeah. Didn't they have
Hey,
all of the Nirvana posters?
48-year-old men buy T-shirts there as well.
Oh, do they? That's creepy.
Yeah, they only come in mediums. All right, so the first news topic of the day: America gets her groove back, baby. We're stoked about this one. We're starting to shoot up again. We're starting to have mass murders. COVID deaths are dropping off. The people out there with guns realize they need to pick up the loose change and put us straight. Feels good.
I lived 2 blocks from that King Soopers. We lived in Boulder for 5 years, and I lived 2 blocks, and that was my store to go to all the time. And I mean, shoot, it can happen anywhere, right? I mean, this kind of violence happens everywhere.
It's crazy. What's that, Terry?
I'm going back into quarantine.
Not me. It felt so surreal having a year without mass shootings. It just feels good to have it back. Feels like we've got our soul back, guys. Finally, the true dysfunction of America can come back to full bloom.
Yeah, it's definitely dysfunction, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Number 2, my favorite of the week. Man, old Joe. This guy is just entirely too spry for his own good.
I do this all the time.
What's that? Follow up the steps.
Yeah.
But do you do it like this?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here he goes. Here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh no. We messed up the
He's
shot.
down. He's up. He's down. His knee hurts.
Get it together, Joe. That's what he's
At
saying.
least he doesn't have toilet paper on the bottom of his shoe.
Come on, Joe, get it together. All right, give him the salute. All right.
But then somebody, because the internet being what it is, of course, had to come up with this.
Oh, I saw that. I think Johnny Jr. tweeted that too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. They were in politics. All politicians are liars. So they're liars to me. I'll leave it at that. But that's funny. That was a really funny clip of him beating him over the head with that golf club or golf ball.
I've fallen down the stairs a number of times, but I always manage to hold on to my wine or beer.
They're good, man. You got your priorities straight. Break your nose, but save that beer bottle.
We have Joe paused on the best spot too. That is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, poor old Joe. Remember they made a big deal about Trump coming down and looking all old and fragile and stuff? It's funny, like everybody's like, oh, don't worry about it. He's fine. Oh.
Yeah, he'll brush it off. Like my mom used to say, you'll survive.
Hey, man, rub some dirt in it, Joe.
Exactly.
Number 3, lumber prices are through the roof. Do you know this, Kristin?
Yeah, hey, wood is hard to come by. Good wood, it's hard to find, especially big pieces of good wood.
Well, this good wood is up 800%, it turns out. And it's driving up home prices.
I'm glad I'm married because I don't think I could afford to get good wood.
You don't want that mess.
No.
The only thing cracking is Sidney Powell. This is so funny. I'm going to read this really quick.
Yeah.
Given the highly charged and political context of the statements, it's clear that Powell is describing the facts on which she based the lawsuit she filed in support of President Trump. Now, this is the statement from her lawyer on why she's innocent and why this needs to be thrown out. Indeed, plaintiffs themselves characterize the statements at issue as wild accusation and outlandish claims. They are repeatedly labeled inherently improbable and even impossible. Such characterizations of the allegedly defamatory statements further support defendants' position that reasonable people would not accept such statements as fact, but view them only as claims that await testing by the courts through the adversary process. Now, I don't have a degree in poli-sci. Kristin, that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I call bullshit too. Nobody's sitting at home going, I'm going to wait to see what the courts have to say about this before I make my decision. You know, they're drinking a beer saying, God damn it, he cheated. I know he did. You know, I mean, think of all those people on January 6th.
Yes.
That's what they were going by that. So
100%.
forget her. Lock her up.
Lock her up.
Lock her up.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm not faulting people for believing what they believed. I'm not faulting people. People fall down. You know, I think all kinds of this shit's crazy on both. Pardon me, this stuff's crazy on both sides of the aisle. I think they're all nuts, to be quite honest with you. But my God, you came out and said all of you people that trusted me are stupid. That's paraphrasing, sure, but that's what that means.
Anything to CYA.
Right,
Holy
but
smokes.
let me. Okay, the people who trusted her, do you think the majority of them are even smart enough to understand what she said there?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I try not to cast nets that wide. You end up
That
with
wide,
a lot of boots and cans.
You're right.
Now this one is near and dear to Terry's heart. Dispo dies at Dobrik death. Our best headline to date in all the years we've been doing the show.
Dude, I tell you what, I was excited for another app that just took your pictures and made them do whatever.
Right.
But this guy, he got $20 million from a hedge fund to work on this app that he's been working on. But
This guy. Now who's the guy?
his name is David Dobrik.
David
and
Dobrik.
he's a YouTuber, pretty famous, I guess.
You
in
know
the
him,
YouTube
Kristin?
world.
I have no idea who this is.
Yeah,
None of it.
so, yeah, I'm probably a little bit too old to know who he is, but I have, teenage kids.
They sell this stuff at Hot Topics.
They sell his stuff at Hot Topic. And so basically a few years ago, somebody in his circle must have maybe allegedly assaulted someone. So immediately, the story came out 3 years ago, but just in the last couple of months, the company, the hedge fund found out about it and they said, we're going to cut ties. This company that they had a $200 million valuation on is now worth $150.
Oh, wow.
So basically.
And the evaluation was all based off of this guy's name.
Basically, yeah, that was
Wow.
it.
Well, the hedge fund deserves that then. They deserve to lose all that money.
Exactly.
Lots of those guys do.
Yeah, that's their thing.
I wish we had a show around when they were doing that GameStop stuff. That would have been fun to cover.
Yeah.
All right. And the final one, Tina Burner, eliminated from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 13. This was a tough one. She did the lip sync for her life against Utica Queen. Utica looked great. Her lip syncing was on point. And she had just won recently. I mean, it was just Tina Burner's time to go. And at the end of it, she had to sashay away. We hope there's no hard feelings. We hope to see her out All-Stars. So good luck to you,
I'm
Tina.
happy about this one. At the beginning of the season, I put $50 on her to win the whole season.
On Utica or Tina?
On Utica. Yeah.
Oh.
On DraftKings. So, yeah.
Well, that's not going to come true.
Daddy's going to
This
Red
is
Lobster.
Simone. This is Simone's season for sure. Rose might come in second, but Simone's definitely coming in top. Team Simone. Kristin, Team Simone, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your drag race history.
That dress is fire. I like
That
it.
dress is fun.
Yeah, I mean, they're amazing looking, aren't they, though?
Don't they look great?
They're more woman than I am. I mean, I'm way too I could never look like that.
Dude, I'll tell you what, some of them really are, I mean, they look exactly like women. But a lot of times you meet them and you realize, my God, this woman is 6'8".
Yeah.
It was a 6'1" guy wearing 8-inch or whatever platforms. I can't do math.
Well, I'm just glad that it's kind of mainstream now because, I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing and why not? If that's who you feel like you are, go for it and doesn't hurt anybody. So why not,
Who cares?
It's cool.
I think it's awesome.
I know I was telling you, I love RuPaul, but I don't think I've seen an episode in 13 seasons, so now I'm like behind. I'm like, I'm gonna have to check this out.
Oh, you mean you haven't seen an episode in 13 seasons, 5 All-Star seasons, 2 UK seasons, a Canada season, a Thailand season, a Holland season? None of those?
Not even one.